Hi everyone, welcome to the session of ECA, Electronic Circuit Analysis. In this class, we will see heat sink for power transistors. So what is heat sinks, how many types of heat sinks we have, and what is the mathematical expressions in order to find out the power dissipation. So these topics we will cover in this session. And in previous class, we have already covered that is what is crossover distortion, what is class AB power amplifier, what is class C power amplifier. So these topics we have covered in previous class. Okay. So next, heat sink and power transistor. That is heat sinks for power transistors. So here the maximum power handled by a power transistor and the temperature of the transistor junctions are closely related. So here there is a close relation between the maximum power delivered by the power transistor as well as the temperature of the transistor. There is a relation between the maximum power of a transistor and the temperature of the transistor. So this is because of the fact that the junction temperature increases due to the power dissipation. So as the power dissipation increases, automatically temperature also increases. That is heat also increases. Okay. So here the mathematical expression for the collector power dissipation is represented as PD is equal to VCE into IC. Okay, so here this expression represents the power dissipation. As the power dissipation increases, the heat also increases. That means the temperature of the circuit also increases. So let us consider Tj be the junction temperature, which is due to the power dissipation. Let us consider Tj is the junction temperature due to the power dissipation. So manufacturer provides the maximum permissible value of Tj and corresponding maximum available value of power dissipation. So here, whenever the transistor is manufactured, then there is some permissible level which is given by the manufacturer. Okay, so that means that is the maximum maximum permissible value of junction temperature and as well as power dissipation. Okay, so that is if the temperature keeps on increasing at certain temperature, the crystalline structure is destroyed and there is no chance of recovery. So that means if temperature increases, automatically the crystalline structure, that means the transistor may also damage, destroyed. So then there is no chance of recovery. Okay, so that means we should maintain some constant temperature, some limited temperature. Okay, so that means for every power transistor, there is a limit of power, that is junction temperature as well as the power dissipation. Okay, so what is the lower limit of the semiconductor or the transistor is here this is minus 65 degrees centigrade is less than or equal to Tj less than or equal to Tj max. So here this is the minimum and maximum values of junction temperature and Tj max is specified by the manufacturer. That is the maximum temperature of that particular transistor is given by that manufacturer. So practically it is necessary to keep the junction temperature less than that maximum value. So we should keep that junction temperature less than the Tj max. Okay. So that is about the introduction of heatsink. So heatsink is what is heatsink? It is defined as it is a mechanical device which is connected or pre-fit to the case of transistor that provides a large surface area to dissipate the developed heat. So the heatsink carries the heat to the surroundings. So heatsink is a mechanical device which is connected to the case of transistor. So that means here it is a device, mechanical device, and it is connected to the transistor. So, and it provides large surface area. By the connection of heatsink, it provides some large surface area to the transistor, and as well as it also provides the dissipation of power or the heat which is developed inside that particular transistor will be delivered to the outside by the use of heatsink. Okay, so that means the heatsink carries the heat to the surroundings or to the atmosphere. Okay, so the heatsink draws that power or the heatsink draws heat from that power transistor via thermal condition and expels the heat into the ambient via thermal convection and heat radiation. So whatever it may be, so this is the introduction of heat sink. Why we are using heat sink? So here, in order to dissipate the power, in order to dissipate the temperature or heat to the surroundings, we are using heat sinks. If the temperature keeps on increasing at certain level, the transistor may damage and there is no chance of recovery. So that's why we are connecting heat sink to the particular power transistor, and by the connection of that heat sink, it delivers that extra temperature or heat to the surroundings. Okay, so this is the structure of power transistor, and this is the power transistor. This is the power transistor, and it is inserted or it is connected to the heat sink. This is the heat sink. Okay, so it provides a large surface area to the particular transistor, and whenever heat increases, that heat will be delivered to the outside through the heat sink or through the leads of this heat sink. Okay, so if the heat developed is transformed to the surroundings, the corrected dissipation rating would be infinite. So, but in practice, such ideal situation is not possible due to thermal. Okay, so here, what are the advantages of heat sink? Mainly, we have two advantages here. The temperature of the case gets lower. Because of the heat sink, the temperature of the transistor gets lower. And second advantage is the power handling capacity of the transistors can approach the related maximum value. So we can increase the power handling of the transistor, and as well as we can dissipate the extra heat or temperature to the surroundings. Okay, that means the temperature of the case or the temperature of the transistor gets lower. So these are the two advantages of heat sinks. Okay, and next here this figure represents typical heat sinks, different types of heat sinks. So here we have different shapes. That means heat sinks are available in different shapes. Okay, so these are the different types of heat sinks. Okay, so next here thermal analogy of power transistors. That means heat dissipation problem. Heat dissipation problem is very much analogous to a simple electrical circuit and the Ohm's law. Heat dissipation is a problem, and this problem is very much analogous. That means it is equivalent to the simple electrical circuit and the Ohm's law. That is, an electric current flows when there is some potential difference, while the heat flows when there exists a temperature difference. So that means, according to Ohm's law, when there is some potential difference, that is when there is some voltage, automatically some electric current flows to that in that particular circuit. Okay, in a similar manner, when there is some temperature difference, and in that case there is some heat, so that is an electric current flows when there exists a potential difference. Similarly, a heat flows, that means the heat flows when there exists a temperature difference. So then, similar to the electrical resistance, a thermal resistance can be obtained as thermal resistance. This is thermal resistance. Thermal resistance theta is equal to T2 minus T1 by PD degree centigrade per watt or degree centigrade per milliwatt. So here T2 minus T1 is the temperature difference. If there is some temperature difference, automatically there is some heat. Okay, and PD is the power dissipation. And depending on the power dissipation and temperature difference, we can define the thermal resistance theta as theta is equal to T2 minus T1 by PD. Okay, so from the above relation, we can say that T2 minus T1 is equal to theta into PD. From this expression, T2 minus T1 is equal to theta into PD degree centigrade, and PD is equal to T2 minus T1 by theta. From this equation, PD is equal to T2 minus T1 by theta watts or millivolts. So this is the power dissipation in terms of thermal resistance theta, and this is the thermal resistance formula, and this figure represents the heat sink. Heat sink whenever it is connected to the transistor. So here we have a transistor or a power transistor, and the heat flows in that power transistor. Whenever the extra heat generated, that will be passed to the surroundings through this heat sink. Okay, so these are the terminals of heat sinks. By the use of these terminals, or let's the extra heat or temperature will be delivered to the outside. Okay. And next, so this is about thermal analogy. And next, here we have the relation of power dissipation and temperature difference and thermal resistance. What is Tj here? Tj is sorry. Here we have the formula. So here, this figure represents, just let us remind the values once again. So here we should learn some particular values. That is, Tj is equal to junction temperature. So here Tj represents the junction temperature, Tc represents the case temperature, Ta represents ambient temperature, and theta Ja represents total thermal resistance. That is junction to ambient. Tj is junction temperature. That is transistor junction temperature. And Tc means transistor case temperature. Ta is ambient temperature. Ambient temperature means atmosphere or surrounding temperature. And Tja is the thermal resistance between the junction and the ambient. That is, what is the thermal resistance between the junction of a transistor and surroundings. That is represented as theta J. And theta Jc is the thermal resistance which is generated between the junction transistor and the case. It is the thermal resistance between junction and the case. And next, Tcs is the thermal resistance between the case and the heat sink. It is the thermal resistance which is developed between the case and the heat sink. Next, theta Sa. Theta Sa is the thermal resistance which is generated between the heat sink and ambient. Okay, so here we have these terms in order to calculate the remaining values. Okay, just remember that values, that terminology. Okay, so here theta divides to case, and we have theta sink to A, and here we have theta case to sink. So these terminals, these terminals have some heat which is developed due to power transistor, and in the power transistor that heat will be delivered to the outside by the use of these terminals. And these theta Ja, theta Jc, theta Cs, theta Sa, or that is nothing but which represents the field. So here we know Tj is junction temperature, Tc is case temperature, Ts is sink temperature, that is heat sink temperature. Ta is ambient temperature. Ambient temperature means surrounding temperature. And thermal resistance between junction and case is theta Jc. The thermal resistance between case and sink is theta Cs. And the thermal resistance between sink and ambient is theta S. Okay. So this is about electrical analogous circuit. And next, so from the property of series circuit or the above circuit, the total thermal resistance can be obtained as theta Ja is equal to theta Jc plus theta Cs plus theta Sc. The total thermal resistance from junction to ambient can be represented as thermal resistance from junction to case plus thermal resistance from case to sink, that is heat sink, plus thermal resistance from heat sink to ambient, that is surroundings. So it is in the form of theta degree centigrade per watt. So we know theta J is Tj minus Ta by P. From the above equation, what is theta J from this equation? From this equation, theta J can be represented as Tj minus Ta by Pd. That is the temperature difference between junction and ambient. That is represented as Tj minus Ta. Okay. So Tj minus Ta by Pd is theta J. From this equation, what is Tj? Tj is equal to Pd into theta Ja plus Ta. Okay. So similarly, in this from this equation, Pd is Tj minus Ta by theta into Ja. Okay. So that is Tj minus Ta. But what is theta Ja? Theta Ja is theta Jc plus theta Cs plus theta Sc. This is the total thermal resistance. The thermal resistance from junction to ambient is the combination of thermal resistance from junction to case plus thermal resistance from case to sink plus thermal resistance plus sink to ambient. Okay. In the similar manner, we can also write the remaining equations for the thermal resistance. So that is theta Cs is equal to Tc minus Ts by Pd. So if theta Ja is Tj minus Ta by Pd, then theta Cs becomes Tc minus Ts by Pd. So here this one represents the thermal resistance from case to sink. Tc is case temperature, Ts is heat sink temperature, and Pd is power dissipation. In the similar manner, theta Sa can be written as, that is the thermal resistance from heat sink to ambient, Ts minus Ta by Pd. Theta Sa is the thermal resistance from sink to ambient, and Ts is heat sink temperature, Ta is ambient temperature, and Pd is power dissipation. Okay, so these are the three equations we have to remember. These are the three equations which represents the thermal resistance, and this equation represents the total thermal resistance of a power transistor. Okay, and next. So from this equation, we can also write it as theta Cs plus theta Sa is Tc minus Ta by Pd. So if you combine theta Cs plus theta Sa, then we can get the equation. That means the simplified equation as Tc minus Ta by Pd. Tc minus Ta by Pd, because Tc minus Ts by Pd plus Ts minus Ta by Pd means Ts will be cancelled, and we have Tc minus Ta by Pd. Okay. So this is the formula which we have to remember in order to solve the problems related to the heat. Okay. Next we have another formula, that is manufacturers usually specify the total thermal resistance from case to A, that is ambient, that is theta Ca. Theta Ca is the thermal resistance from case to ambient. Okay. So this can be represented as theta Ca, that is the thermal resistance from case to ambient, is equal to the thermal resistance from case to sink plus thermal resistance from sink to ambient. Transistors case to heat sink plus heat sink to ambient. So this total equation represents the thermal resistance from case to ambient. And we can also write it as theta Ja minus theta Jc. This is another formula for this equation, where theta Ja is Tjc plus Tcs plus Tsc. Okay. So for the given circuit, VCE and IC values are known, hence power dissipation PD can be obtained. We know from the starting side, what is power dissipation? Power dissipation PD is equal to VCE into IC. Okay. So and theta J is equal to Tj minus Ta by PD. So we can calculate the PD values by the use of VCE and IC, or we can also calculate the PD value by the use of this equation. Okay. So this is about the heat sink and heat sink formula and heat sink design. So first, what is heat sink? Heat sink is a mechanical device which is connected to the transistor that provides large surface area to dissipate the developed heat. So why we are using heat sink? Heat sink carries the extra heat which is generated in the transistor to the surroundings. If the temperature increases in that particular transistor, then automatically it will destroy, and there is no chance of recovery. Okay, so that's why we are making the path for the temperature to surroundings by the use of heat sink. Okay, and manufacturer already give some data about the TJ and power dissipation. That is, it should be some maximum value. It should be some maximum junction temperature. There must be some maximum power dissipation. So the power transistor should follow that maximum temperature or maximum power dissipation. If it crosses that temperature, then automatically the transistor may damage. Okay. So this is the structure of heat sink, and here we have advantages of heat sinks, and these are different types of heat sinks we have. And coming to the formula about thermal resistance, which is related to the heat sink. So this is the formula, and the terms which we are representing, that is TJ, TC, TS, and TA. So these are the temperatures at different conditions, that is at junction, at case, at sink, at ambient. Okay, so that is at junction, what is the temperature, at case, what is the temperature, at heat sink, what is the temperature, at ambient, what is the temperature. So these terms represents the different types of temperatures at the transistor as well as at surroundings. And these are the formula which we have to remember in order to solve the uh, heat sink problems related, that is the problems related to the heat sinks. Okay, so that is about heat sinks. So thank you.